Hey there. I want to talk to you about the reverse ROI of your strategic plan. Now, reverse ROI is like a weird term, but I just want you to think about, where you are now and where you want your company to be in the next couple of years. And the only gap of where you are and where you want to be is fundamentally your strategic plan. And so there's a cost to accomplishing it, as in the investment you have to make, and then there's the cost of not doing the work. So my name is Anthony Taylor. I'm the managing partner at SME Strategy. We facilitate strategic planning sessions, strategic planning offsites for teams, as well as support them on implementation. One of the big things that we come up against not come up against, but into when we work with teams is, they have where they're at right now. They have where they're trying to get to in the future. And the only thing that's in the way is them accomplishing their plan. Now, depending on where you are in your company's trajectory, maybe, you're at 10 million and you're trying to get to 20, or you're at 20 million trying to get to 50, or maybe you're 50 trying to get to 100, or maybe you're 100 million trying to get to 300. Well, that gap that's in the middle is, that objective or goal that you have. So let's say you're at 100 million now, you're trying to get to 300 million. Your strategic plan is worth $200 million to you. Now, most of the time when you are established as an organization, you've got the sales down, you've got a lot of those things, many of the challenges that you're facing are organizational. It's setting up your team, setting up your company, setting up your organization, setting up the structure, the leadership, all of that stuff to support the next level of growth and the next level of scaling. And so when people do strategic plans and when they go through the exercise of looking at, where they're at and where they want to go and what's going to get in the way, that what's going to get in the way or that, strategic priorities that's worth hard money to them. And in my experience doing strategic planning for sessions for 10 years plus now, teams don't always think that their strategic plans and their strategic priorities have a cost to them. And it's a cost of not doing it. So for example, let's say one of your strategic priorities is increase organizational communication. And for you, I'd say, hey, pick one of your top 3 strategic priorities and take a look and say, what's it worth to you to accomplish that priority successfully? And if we take the example of, organizational communication, what's organizational communication worth to your company or organization? And depending on the nature of the company, they'll say it's worth 1 million, it's worth 10 million, it's worth 100 million, no joke. And so I say, okay, well, if getting this one thing right is worth $100 million, do you have enough time, money, energy invested that you're going to take that bet, that you're actually going to accomplish it? Because you're making the bet whether you know it or not. Because if you're trying to get to that place and you're choosing that as a priority, you're betting on yourself that you've got enough time, money, energy, action in terms of quality and quantity to get it across the line. And if it's worth $100 million to you, why would you not invest $100 million in time, money, energy, or less than that to get it successful to that level where you want it to be? And so it's when people think that like, oh, it's just a strategic priority. Oh, this is like a great idea. Oh, it'd be really great for us to focus on this. And I say, yeah, but there's a very real ROI for you from that strategic priority. It's one of the reasons why I sometimes all the time object to organizations that have too many priorities. And saying, if you did this one thing right, it would be worth so much money to you. So why not just focus on that and get it all done? It's the number one thing. Get it done. And so there's a cost of accomplishing your plan, and there's a cost of not accomplishing your plan. If you don't focus on your team communication, if you don't focus on your culture, if you don't focus on your staff retention, then there's money being left on the table. There's opportunity being left on the table. There's growth being left on the table. There's frustration for you that's, going to be left on the table. There's a cost to accomplishing your plan, as in investing the time, money, resources to move it forward, hiring a facilitator to facilitate your strategy. And then there's a cost of not accomplishing your plan. And most people don't think of the opportunity cost of not doing it. So as you go through your strategic planning process and as you look through your prioritization and you look through where you're at now and where you want to get to, really look and say, hey, what's it worth to us to get this done right? And are we putting enough time, money, energy, action in terms of quality and quantity to move it forward? And if not, then we're basically placing a losing bet. So front load the energy, front load what you need to do to make sure that it becomes successful, because it's worth however much it's worth to you. You know, strategic planning is not a pie in the sky sort of hopeful exercise. It's like there is a very real ROI for you, your business, your community, your stakeholders, your investors, all of that stuff. So once you can get your leadership team to really understand that perspective, and you can get your entire company to embrace that perspective, that it's not like a wish, it's really, hey, there's money on the line for us to do this well, you're going to get much greater results from your plan because it's tangible. So try to get that specificity within your plan, try to get that tangibility within your plan, put an ROI to accomplishing your strategic priority, and it will increase the intensity and the focus of your team. I guarantee it. And so you're going to get better results from your planning, you're going to get better results from your implementation, and you're going to get better buy-in from your team as you move the plan forward. So as you move forward, make sure there's always an ROI to your plan as a whole and an ROI for each strategic priority. It'll help your team focus. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Be sure to like and subscribe if you have. Drop in the comments. Let me know what's your experience been. Does this blow your mind? Is that something new to you? And then if you're looking for somebody to challenge your team and be able to have you think of those conversations, be sure to reach out to us at SME Strategy. Happy to talk you through what a facilitation could look like, what the entire process from beginning to end would look like, and how we'd be able to partner with you on not only doing your strategic planning, but supporting you on the implementation to make sure that those priorities and that ROI stays top of mind. So my name is Anthony Taylor. Thanks so much for watching. I'm a managing partner at SME Strategy. Reach out to us at smestrategy.net, and I look forward to sharing with you in the next video. Talk to you soon.